Hi everyone. So I wanted to show you how far the tank has gotten so far. This is the smaller one. I'm also building a larger one that's going to be coming next. So maybe you should subscribe. But let me show you what's inside before I add the batteries. That is the board. This is the ESP8266. The reason I chose this board because it has a Wi-Fi and it's cheaper. Also, it can work and function as an access point where I can serve the software page from. This is just a driver board. So that's the DC motor driver board. That's the L293D. And I have two DC motors here. By the way, the original file design for the 3D print, I will leave a link in the description. It was done by Tim Clark, so full credit there. I did not fully design this from scratch. I made small modifications to it, which I will also share, but the original design was not done by me. Again, link in the description with full credit. Now, I modified also the track to fit with using a PLA here. I actually used ABS instead. It's a little bit stronger, and I used screws and mounting like that because I didn't want to use glue. So this is how far it got. I'm going to add the battery and then I'll share the software with you when that's ready. So now I mounted the battery holder. So this one here that I can charge, and it is for the board, the microcontroller, and this is just for the DC motors. Obviously, you want to keep the power separated. Once again, I'm using the ESP8266 microcontroller because of the Wi-Fi. I finished the software, so that is ready. Now I'm going to show you how this drives, and then we'll go over the software. And as always, I will leave a link where you can copy the full software for yourself if in case you want to use it in your own project. So now you're looking at some footage of me driving the tank. I'm using this web page here that is hosted on the board. So this is very straightforward, I believe. Forward, backward, left, and right. There's a stop button in the middle. So just in case there is a lag or delay or any of these buttons doesn't function well, this is like the emergency stop. The way it works is like by pressing and holding. So by pressing and holding a button, it will continue to function until it's released. And then when you release the button, it will automatically stop. Same applies for all four buttons. Technically, you should never need the stop button, but I have it just in case. Now, let's go over the code really quick here. And obviously, I will leave a link to the code in the description in case you want to copy it and modify it, do whatever you want, apply it to your own project. So feel free to use the software however you like. Now, to access the page that is hosted on the board, so once again, the board is the ESP8266. It's functioning as an access point. So it will appear in the Wi-Fi network list. You just connect to it as a Wi-Fi. Then you should be able to access this page by going to 192.168.4.1. That's the IP address for this board by default. This is um, the Wi-Fi network name, and I left it without a password. It's not like we're protecting anything here. Starting a server, initiating some pins, and some of these variables are not, these two are not being used yet, saving them for the upgraded version of the tank, which it's coming soon. So there is another version that I'm building. So this software, I want to expand on it in the future. I believe these two variables I'm not using yet, but I will have a use case for them in the future. Now, this is just a track of the button pressed or released and then act on it. So if the button is pressed, it'll continue to do the same thing. If it's released, it'll call stop. And these are the pins that are declared as an output. These are the functions here, and we're just interacting with the board working as an access point, and when interacting with it, sending some HTTP request. So, like I mentioned, this is here. We are tracking the button is pressed or not. And this is the HTML page. So I have a big string HTML variable, and that's the HTML page you see here that is being served from the board. This is the style and everything. In case you want to change the color or the text or anything, it's here within the HTML page. And these are just the four functions. Well, five functions. Technically, you don't really need the stop function. Even if you get rid of it, you should be fine. Now, and these are just forward, backward, left, and right.
Once again, I'll leave everything in the description. I don't want to get this too long of a video, so I'll stop it here. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment. This is it for this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.